So I have some of these pieces already cut out, and we're just gonna lay down. This is kind of the beginning of what we're gonna be doing. I also have a couple of them already set down on the mat board, and just keep in mind, like, you kind of want to put different patterns next to each other instead of doing the same pattern in the same place, and sort of mixing up the colors here. So now what you're going to do is take your Mod Podge or whatever decoupage that you have, and I'm using this glossy Mod Podge, and we're just going to put some on the back of our pieces and lay them down over the spot so that you have drawn in there. And I'm just going to do this for everything. You do sort of want to make sure that you have all the pieces set down before, all the pieces cut out and decided as to like what colors you want and stuff. It's a little bit easier than to sort of see. And what I usually do is just lay them all out and then start putting the Mod Podge on them and set them down. And so when you're done with your picture, you're going to go over the whole thing. After you've put all your pieces of paper down, you're going to go over the whole thing with your Mod Podge and just do a nice, pretty even thin coat over the top of it. You can do a few layers of this if you want to too, but really just one. And then you're going to wait for that to dry. It doesn't take very long to dry at all, maybe about 10 minutes. And when you come back, then we'll show you how to finish up your picture. Okay, so now that the Mod Podge is dry, we're going to go ahead and finish up this section. And just keep in mind that this isn't like your finished piece. This is only like a little bit that we're showing you so that you get the idea of what to do. So it's only partially done. You're going to want to do this after you've covered everything with paper and Mod Podge and let it dry for about 15 minutes, and then come back to it, and we're going to just show you how to finish it up so that it looks cool. So what you're going to do, I just have my fine point Sharpie, and I'm going to color in like these lines here, and we can make pretty bold lines with this. And these little bits that are sort of white, because they're like in between where the paper, two pieces of paper meet, you can just color in with the Sharpie as best as you can. And then sort of make these big, bold black lines around the edges. And in this way, when you do stuff like this with it, then you're covering up those little bits of paper, or like here's an overlap for the paper. And here's a part where my cutting wasn't exactly on, but it's okay, because when you go over it with the Sharpie later on, all you're gonna see is, my Sharpie's a little bit getting a little bit dry, but all you're going to see is this nice sort of bold black line when you're done with it. But yeah, just to give you an idea of how to finish it up and go in and color everything so that you have this nice sort of stained glass looking picture when you're finished.